Now, to go back to the main program, there is no one better than Dr. Bose here, Titokorda, to introduce all the different aspects of the evening today. LMBCS, the organization, our most famous host here, Mr. Manish, if I may call you so, and of course, Kobi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. I will give over this mic to Titokorda, please.
Thank you, Shum. Thank you. Welcome to you all, and it's a special pleasure for me to be here. And this is not the first time that I have spoken before the LMBCS membership, but of course, many of you are a new crowd. I don't know you and you don't know me. But I can tell you that Shumita, in introducing me, has definitely exaggerated my abilities, but I will try to say something that's not utterly foolish. It's a particular pleasure for me to welcome all the dignitaries who have graced this occasion. The Honorable Consul General of India, Shri Manishji, and of course his colleagues. It's particularly a pleasure because this is, although the LMBCS has been quite close to the Indian consulate here, this is the first time that we are even closer. So thank you very much, and I welcome you all. Shri Manishji has been serving the people of India in the administrative service for several decades. He's a man of great experience in his line of work. He has been in Russia, in the Czech Republic, in Uzbekistan, and it's a very high pleasure for us to have him here. Thank you, Manish. It's really very difficult to speak on Rabindranath by himself, because of course he is very much part of India's very great, colorful, noble tradition of the arts, particularly poetry, particularly literature. And it would take me this entire evening, and particularly given the fact that I'm a retired academic, I am in the habit of, when I get hold of a mic, I speak for at least 60 minutes, a whole class of it. Do you want me to do that? No.
Yes!
No, of course not. But I will say that Rabindranath, of all the great children of India, probably has influenced Indian culture the most, and has perhaps done more than anybody else in getting India, not just Bengal, but India, known all over the world. Not only because he won the Nobel Prize, but as, in fact, Manishji mentioned all of this, that his paintings, his work, generally speaking, and Antara, our friend, she also mentioned how varied Rabindranath's genius was. This is a matter of great pleasure to us. What I would particularly ask you to remember is that, especially for Bengalis, I sometimes think we would not be able to speak if we had not read Rabindranath. Even those of you who have not actually read Rabindranath, you have inherited Rabindranath's language, his thinking, his feelings from people around you, from your parents. We almost cannot speak without using Rabindranath's language. When I was a little boy, my mother used to scold me in Rabindranath's words. And I can tell you that that noble tradition is being carried on by my wife today. Above all, Rabindranath was a poet, as he was fond of telling people that before everything, before becoming a Gurudev, before winning the Nobel Prize, I was always a poet. Somebody asked him once in a railway carriage, this man didn't know who this was, but here was this saintly-looking man, obviously a man of great stature, whom he didn't know. And this companion of Tagore's on this railway carriage asked him, "Sir, what do you do? Apni ki koren?" Rabindranath said, "I write." লিখি। হ্যাঁ, তা তো বুঝলাম, কিন্তু কি লেখে? শুধু লিখি। Remember that. He wanted to be remembered for that. শুধু লিখি। And this has become part of ourselves, certainly part of myself. This whole thing that he has given us, he has given me language. And in this, of course, he stands somewhere where everyone else who writes in Bengali, perhaps also in other Indian languages, everybody owes a debt. And that tradition has continued right from a long time ago. In that tradition stand so many of India's great phalanx of poets, songwriters, everyone from Tulsidas or Surdas down to Rabindranath and Bankim Chandra, and in our own days, Sunil Gangopadhyay and Joy Goswami. A recent poet friend of mine has written something that I would like to read out to you. This, I'm afraid, has to be in Bengali. জ্ঞান হওয়ার স্তক একটা অসুখে ভুগছি, ডাক্তার বলেছে অদ্ভুত একটা রোগের নাম রবীন্দ্রনাথ। বলেছে এই রোগ মশাই সারবার নয়, যার একবার হয়েছে সারা জীবন ভুগতে হবে। ওই মাঝে মাঝে আসবেন, চেক আপ করে দেখতে হবে রক্তে রবীন্দ্রনাথের মাত্রা কত। মুশকিল হচ্ছে যত বয়স বাড়ছে রক্তে রবীন্দ্রনাথের মাত্রা ক্রমশ বাড়ছে। আজ 25শে বৈশাখ আমার চেক আপের ডেট ছিল। ডাক্তার রিপোর্ট দেখে ভুরু কুচকে গম্ভীর বললেন, এ তো সাংঘাতিক রিপোর্ট এসেছে মশাই, ব্লাডে এত রবীন্দ্রনাথ বাড়লো কি করে? খুব রবীন্দ্রনাথ খাচ্ছেন নাকি? আপনাকে এতবার করে বারণ করেছি, কথা শুনছেন না। এবার আপনি যা ভালো বলছেন করুন। বাস্তবিকই আমার খুব ভয় হয়। বলি, চিন্তার কিছু ব্যাপার আছে ডাক্তারবাবু? আছে বই কি মশাই, দেখছেন না বিশ্বভারতী থেকে শুরু সর্বত্র শুদ্ধ পচন আর পচন। আর আপনি কি না বসে বসে রবীন্দ্রনাথ গিলে যাচ্ছেন। রক্তে এত রবীন্দ্রনাথের পরিমাণ বেড়ে গেলে আপনাকে পচাবো কি করে? আপনাকে আমি জবাব দিলাম মশাই। আমার আশা যে এই অসুখটা আপনাদের সবার হোক, কখনো যেন না আসে। নমস্কার।
Lovely as usual. Thank you, Dada. Okay, on to the main program. Rabindranath to khali লেখেন, তাই হয়তো লিখেছিলেন আজি হতে 100 বর্ষ পরে। আজি হতে 100 বর্ষ পরে কে তুমি পড়িছ বসি আমার কবিতাখানি কৌতূহল ভরে। আজি হতে 100 বর্ষ পরে। Ravi Thakur is credited with more than 2,300 songs, which are still sung avidly after 82 years of his passing away. He lived and breathed writing and music, and in turn, it breathed new life in a country struggling with its own identity in the throes of foreign rule. In his voluminous work, one finds the culmination of the aspirations of Bengal and Bengalis, our thoughts and our emotions. There is a lot to say about the poet, and we can continue chatting about him as we go along. But now let's start the program, okay? Right at the outset, I would like to mention that all these performers over here are from our community. They are regular working people with family, with children, with various responsibilities. They have taken time away from their very busy days to bring this program to us. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. We will start with 3 of his most melodious numbers. The first is a prayer written in the Ramgarh hills of Nainital in memory of Devendranath Tagore. The second, a song written in Nuremberg while he was traveling in Europe. And the third, from his very acclaimed dance drama, Chitrangada. The first and third songs will be sung by Mrs. Obinanda Mukherjee at that end. The second song will be sung by Mrs. Shusheta Banerjee, right over here. The accompanying tabla will be played by Mr. Monish Chakraborty, right there. In fact, he will play all through the program, and I thank Monish in advance for that. Thank you very much, Monish. Enjoy.